Honorable Miles Sampa joins us tonight on Diamond Live. Thank you so much, Honorable Miles Sampa, for joining us on Diamond Live tonight.
Thank you very much, and good evening, viewers countrywide.
Well, let's begin off with the fact that you've taken a huge jump, and many call it a very controversial move that you took to take your party to court over the suspension that they made on you some time back 2 weeks ago. How important was this for you?
First of all, I must say I've received a lot of solidarity from the 10 provinces, the bona fide members of the party, the bona fide people in the structures. They've called me from Western, Northwestern, Southern, Northern, Muchinga, Copperbelt, Eastern Province, and generally Lusaka. Of course, majority. And of course, not everyone is happy, but majority are. That's what democracy is all about. Most are also tired of me being stepped on like a doormat, being kicked left, right, and center. It's got history, and to try and start seeing history about to be repeated, obviously they are also tired. They want to exercise their right to either vote for me or not vote for me. So when they see any attempt preventing that, it's upsetting them. The suspension, I've been suspended before in my life. Well, not really. I've actually been suspended twice. Remember, it happened when I was mayor, in controversial circumstances. I didn't even know what that was all about. My own party suspending me. I was reporting to them. So they suspended. That happened as it did. But we know the things I was trying to deal with, those are the things that possibly made us lose elections in Lusaka. But that's water under the bridge. So this suspension, if it was a normal suspension, I would have just ignored. What's 6 weeks? I would have just hung in there. But it's not a normal suspension. It has undertone. That was the trick to dribble me. 6 months, 6 weeks, suspension, some 4 weeks before the general conference. What a coincidence. So I was going to go to that general conference, and they were going to disqualify me that you have a disciplinary matter. And first of all, for what? No, you're traveling around the country campaigning without permission. Well, there are other candidates, even as we speak. One candidate is in Eastern. Has he been suspended? Is anyone talking about it? No, they ignore. Only if it's Miles Sampa. Or the suspension, no, you unleashed the police on us. Me, an opposition MP, unleashed the police. What powers do I have? No, you supporting the government of the day by saying fertilizer in Africa, the short supply because of Russia. It's a fact. It's the truth. No, you are attacking your fellow ministers by saying the current government ministers should not have road contract because they are public servants. And I said it also used to happen in under PF. Is it true? Yes. We are rebranding. We lost elections. Should we go back to the people singing the same song we sang before August 2021, which made us lose? And if we want to reconcile with the people, should we not own up? We were wrong here, we'll change. But no, my colleagues, some of them, most of them are in denial. We are in opposition. They still carry themselves as if they are still sitting ministers. And they want all of us to behave in that way. If we want to reconcile with the Zambian people, you apologize on what may have been wrong. And then you move on from there. So that suspension was not innocent. That's why I had to nip it in the bud. They were trying to dribble me, either for themselves or a candidate that they want. But that's not democracy.
Would you say that you've dribbled the dribblers?
Are you trying to ask if my middle name is Mbappe?
But quickly, we have people like the former Secretary General Davis Miller, who described what you've done, Honorable Miles Sampa, as indiscipline. What's your reaction?
He should be the very last one to speak. The former SG. Partly why we lost, if you ask majority Zambians or membership of the party, to be narrowed to him. As SG was very divisive. As SG, he forced some adoptions in some places and forced people, and that's where you find most independents won. So now that we lost, he's the last person that should be in the forefront to help the party to retain power. So he should be burying his head in the sand out of shame for having made PF lose. And he thinks he owns PF, And there's this thing that, no, they did me a favor to come back. I was in this village. They brought aliens who chased me out of this village. And then I came back to the village. The same aliens say, no, we did him a favor. No. We have hijackers that came and hijacked the party, and they are still there, and they are trying to take over the party by force, and maybe one day even call it PF MMD. That's what it is. Most people that President Sata defeated in 2011, they've never forgiven him. May his soul rest in peace. Even some people that may have had a fight with him, probably have never forgiven him, and maybe they find it befitting to take it out on me. But that's a fruitless attempt that will not get them anywhere. They're just annoyed. When they see me, they become annoyed. I don't know whether I remind them of that.
In conclusion, Honorable Miles Sampa, don't you think what you have done really jeopardizes the relationship that you have with the top leadership of the party? And I'm speaking about the former acting president, given Windan, the former, acting Secretary General Honorable Nixon Chilango. Aren't you scared that this jeopardizes really the relationship that you could have shared previously with them?
Why scared? First of all, point of correction, Andrew. There's no top leadership. The top leadership is not there. That's why we're going to the convention next month, and it will be the people to choose the president they want. At the moment, all of them were masquerading. That's what we are taking to court. President Lungu resigned in August 2021 on the 28th. So who appointed Honorable Lubinda in September? So who appointed Honorable Chilangwa in September? Can His Excellency former President Lungu appoint after having resigned? No, it doesn't happen. But that's the matter that is in court anyway. So they were holding those positions wrongly. Many people knew, but I knew. But I thought, let sleeping dogs lie. Now that borrowed power they had, they abused that power on me. So then I have to defend myself. I'm a very calm person. I sit in my corner. But like that movie, remember the movie? Maybe you are not born, Andrew. The Incredible Hulk. When you push it in a corner and then it explodes, and there was a saying there, don't make me hungry. You will not like me when I'm hungry. That's how we used to do before it turns into Incredible Hulk. They push me in a corner, and then I have to dribble back. We are going to the convention, whether they like it or not. So no, am I scared of destroying relationship with the top leadership? There's no top leadership. One who win at the convention. That's the top leadership that we should be talking about.
PF Presidential Hopeful, we wish you all the best ahead of the convention. That is if you're going to have it in March. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.